Hello everybody. I'm about to do a review of hiveswap with the little bit of footage I was able to squeeze out of the game. Because my OBS does not work. But I really enjoyed hiveswap. Like, just to be in the Homestuck world again officially was nice. Even if this does take place before the events of Homestuck. You play as Joey Joey Harley or Joey Claire Harley. Well, they're basically Jake's kids. Yeah, and I guess in the original timeline, Jake fucked, and because of that, we get these two. So, with that being said, the game's your standard point and click. It's kind of like what Homestuck was actually trying to. It's kind of like what Homestuck was actually trying to emulate in the webcomic, which I kind of enjoyed. Now, this is only the first act, and you can basically go through this in like an hour. I had a couple of. I had a couple of. I had to play this in bursts because I'm playing other things that are getting reviewed. But you can easily play this in like an hour. And for the first act, it's pretty good. I actually kind of like. I actually kind of like Joey as a character because she's kind of different than Jade and John. Yeah, even though I think Jude is a little bit closer. Jude to me is like a little bit closer, kind of like a mixture between how John is and how Jake is, and I just it's kind of cool. But basically, so yeah, you're basically getting attacked by monsters because somehow the black creatures invaded your home, and basically what you're trying to do is get to the. Right now, you have to like get to the you get to the basement. You have to They turn off the power. You have to turn it back on. There's a whole bunch of strifing going on. Well, it's not like how I would imagine strifing in a Homestuck related game to actually be, but it was pretty close. One of the things I really did enjoy about the first act is the story and the amount of references. They had a My Pet Monster, um, basically had his little chains, held up like the Sufferer. And I was like, and even like you don't see it here because I don't think it shows it. But this one doll looks like this one looks like hella. This one doll in this one room looks like hella Jeff. A whole bunch of stuff. And and best human girl in Homestuck, Roxy gets mentioned, which I kind of like. I kind of like Roxy. I do like Roxy as a character. Now, for the rest of you, if you have never played Homestuck, I don't think it. I mean, if you've never read Homestuck, I don't think it will really matter to you because they don't really reference too much things because really it's just focused on Joey Zephos. I can't think I'm saying his name right. Um, Jude for the first part. But mostly in this first act, it's really just focused on Joey for a bit. Also, there's a familiar key for those of you that are Homestuck fans. There's a familiar key that looks like a certain green green son of a bitch. And Yeah, Duck Scratch makes an appearance. You know how, you guys know how much I hate that fuck. I'm not even gonna lie. Yeah, I know how much I hate him. But basically, yeah. And we see the main villain, Big Ben, the Harris, which I think she's only one of the main villains. I mean, if Doc Scratch is involved, you all know. If all you that are Homestuck fans know who else could probably be involved, even though I don't know how they're gonna fit that in. But yeah, the Harris is like, or the Harris. I trying to say her name right. I think that's how you say it. But she's basically destroying Alternia when you get there, and she's basically like doing selfies when she does it. I'm like, oh, isn't that a delight? So yeah, I think this is gonna be fun, interesting, and I can't wait. I can't wait until Act Two because this is getting interesting. And I didn't think I'd be that interested in it because it's not like focused on the main, the main story of Homestuck, or kind of like how you would think because I thought the epilogue would be in game form. But I'm starting to enjoy. I'm starting to really enjoy, hiveswap, and I did call the Lucis you have to ride towards the end of the game. I called him John Egbert. I thought I got an achievement for calling him John Egbert, but really it's just because I named the Lucis. But it was fun and enjoyable, and it still had that Homestuck wit that I love so very very much. Um, what else? Um, hmm, what else? What else? Do I would say if you like old point and click adventure games, this is right up your alley. If you were a Homestuck fan, you're gonna kind of appreciate it on a kind of, oh, I get this. I know what's going on. I know what this is. I know what that is. Oh, this is Alternia. That stuff. You're gonna enjoy stuff like that. But I know other people, if they haven't read Homestuck even a little bit, they're gonna be a little bit lost, just a little bit, and they're gonna probably wonder what's with this portal, who's Jake, all this other stuff. For all you other folks out there, I think it'd be better if you just. I'm not saying. I say if you want to really know, and the fastest way to read Homestuck, I think, is to watch Vox's Let's Read Homestuck, because it condenses a lot of stuff, so you guys can actually watch. I mean, you guys can actually actually digest Homestuck without reading all of the Pesture logs. I mean, all the Pesture Chum logs. So yeah, I think that's about it. I love this game, and if I could give it a rating, because I normally don't, I usually just give it a rating so I can make other people like happy that I'm giving it a rating. Ooh. Oh yeah. The puzzles may be hard, but not really. Just it's been a while since I played a legit point and click game for any long periods of time, so it's been a while. But it is fun. And a lot of people are still like, well, if it wasn't for the queer gentlemen, they're the odd gentlemen. But you can also, the old meaning of queer would be odd back in the day. So back in olden times. So because of the because of the because of the queer gentleman, this game became, instead of 3D, 2D, which I think the 2D works very well because Homestuck has always been in a 2D plane, and that makes more sense than a 3D plane because I feel like it works better because it just reminds you of the old days in it reminds you of the old days in Homestuck, when we first met John and Dave and Rose and Jade. So it kind of fits. The art style works best like this. But yeah, I would say this is gonna be awesome, and it revives the fandom, like the MS Paint fan adventures was keeping Homestuck alive, but this game, since I've been looking at looking at the Homestuck amino, it revived Homestuck. It revived the Homestuck universe for another few years, I hope. I don't know how long Hussie is planning to make this, but I am I am so fucking intrigued, and I want to know where this goes. And could we please get a Midnight Crew reference? Sorry, I'm getting a little fanboy, but honestly, this is what I'm talking about, man. Like, I cannot imagine a Homestuck game not being a point and click game because that's technically what it was supposed to be anyway. I mean, that's how I envision it being anyway. That's how I envision this. And sorry for the footage. Like I said, I was doing this on open broadcast, and I don't know what it really did here. It just kind of made everything all sorts of slow. So I'm a little bit sorry about that. But yeah, I say, guys, get this game, and if you have better video software, uh, if you have better video software than I do, you should try to find a way to record it because I feel like anybody who live streams this for Homestuck fans, you're gonna get a kick out of it, and your audience will get a kick out of it. Just a little tip, but if I could rate Hiveswap Act 1, I give it, to me, and this is my rating. I don't care what any of you guys think. This is how I feel about it, and maybe I'm a little bit blinded by the fact that I love Homestuck so much, and it's kind of in my lore. But I give it a 5 out of 5 because it's a solid beginning. You know who the characters are. You know what's going on. You know who the villain is. And there are little hints that a certain cue ball motherfucker may be pulling the strings like he normally is. Well, let's see what. And if you know Homestuck like I do, someone you care about will die. And if you're a Homestuck fan, you know what I'm talking about. And it will happen a lot through the story. But that's about it. I wanted to just say, Hiveswap to me is pretty good as a point and click game. I'd say it's pretty good. It captures everything that a point and click old point and click games used to be, but it captures that magic, that feeling you'd get when you read a Homestuck, when you read like an act of Homestuck. And there are little visual references. There are little, and like I said, there are little references and nods to Homestuck in this. Like to everything in the future, which made me think that there's timey-wimey shenanigans going on in this. But I'm going to keep that to myself for another video. But, anyways, but I'll say this. I think this is the original timeline before John, like, screwed everything up with the Paradox clones. So, so either Joey and Jude die, which with Hussie, are you even surprised if they do? Like, seriously. Like, seriously, with Hussie, are you even surprised? Or something else happens. But I'll save that for another video. People, buy hiveswap. It is so good, and if you are a fan of Homestuck or you like old point-and-click games, you'll love this game. I will see you later. I'm Bugsy. I'm signing off. Keep it chaotic. I will see you guys real soon, and I am sorry for this footage. It was like the best I could get out of it. I seriously apologize for the footage, though.